Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the first place, it's never the same thing. All of our egos, they are the same. Only the, how you say, the manifestation of that ego, it is different. How it gives form, how it gives shape, how it gives action. You have an ego. The awliya Allah, they also have egos. But awliya Allah, they have their egos under their feet. We have our egos on our shoulders. We are carrying our donkeys. We have an ego. The thief has an ego. The murderer has an ego. The liar has an ego. The lazy man has an ego. Everyone has it. The murderer's ego is pushing him to murder. That is the thing that makes him to be most happy, most pleasing to his ego. The greedy man, he doesn't take too much pleasure in murder. He has no desire for it. He likes to collect money. But the murderer doesn't care for money. The murderer may even be Zahid, living with no attachment to the world. Does that make him a Zahid? No. You understand? The vain person, he doesn't care for killing, or he doesn't care for money. He just wants to look good. So, what is fueling all these different manifestations, all these different actions, different things to come out? The awliya Allah, through the guidance of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, they've narrowed down 4 characteristics. Anger, arrogance, stubbornness, and jealousy. And through these 4 basic characteristics, 4, hundreds and thousands of branches comes out. You understand? So, maybe for one man, it is not difficult for him to fast because he's so used to, he doesn't like food too much. He doesn't eat too much. So, fasting for him is easy. But to a man who loves to eat, or woman, then that fasting becomes very difficult. But the blessings and the reward that comes to the second one, who finds it very difficult, is more than the first one. Because he's doing what? He's fighting against his ego. The whole idea now is not just to say, I have my ego under my control, but to understand which part of your ego it is that is the most difficult for you to control and to take control of it. That is most important. So, we have to understand that the 4 basic characteristics everyone has. But for some people, whatever it is that they are most attached to, and no one is attached to the same thing, that is what they have to be working. Because now when we talk about the ego too, it's not just bad characteristics of lying, cheating. Man can be good, praying 5 times a day, but he has arrogance in his heart. Definitely. He has to get rid of it. For this man who prays 5 times a day, who does everything good, he doesn't drink liquor, he doesn't cheat, he doesn't lie, but he's very arrogant. You understand? In terms of spirituality, if you find a man who drinks, who lies, who cheats, but he's not arrogant, it is easier for him to stop from lying and cheating and drinking liquor. It is easier for him to do that than a man who does all these good things and he has arrogance in his heart. Because now we're talking about hidden things that's in your heart, that you need a surgeon to take it out. You understand? That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. He loves the generous man. Yeah? There's more mercy reaching to a generous man who is a sinner than a believer who is stingy. And so, to get rid of all these spiritual diseases, you must find a Shaykh. And the Shaykh is going to wash you up. Yes. So, you have to find out what your strengths and your weaknesses are. The same thing when you go to a doctor. You go to a doctor of the heart, he'll be able to let you know. Then you start working on it. And they go to the root of the problem. It's not the surface problems, it is the root of the problem. The roots is where all the life is. You understand? That a man can come here, he will not be able to fool a Shaykh. He can come here looking very holy, but inside his heart is just filled with arrogance and stubbornness. And the Shaykh knows, if that one is taken bayat, he's going to work very hard on him. Or a man can come here looking very arrogant and stubborn, but his heart is sincere in reality. The Shaykh is not going to get fooled by that either. And each, according to their own level, is able to then handle it and to bring them to higher stations, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.